peace, grand rising, good dawning, this new rising, all that good stuff. It is, I believe today's Thursday. It's the 2nd, April 2nd. And I have successfully completed 3 days of detoxing with plant to come on here and weigh in for the final result of the 3 days of detoxing, ridding mucus, toxins, waste, metals, all that stuff that we don't need in our body and is not serving our higher self from the body. So let's weigh in.
Here we go. I have my camera zoomed in.
Now I'm going to be cleansing via dried herbs, and I probably will work my way up into some live foods as well. So anyway, this is the tea that I brewed yesterday. All right, I'm chilling, enjoying some of this sun, sipping on my activated charcoal. This is the day after I just came off of a juice cleanse and detox, and I feel so amazing. I feel so empowered, disciplined. You know, in the past, I felt like I have unconsciously struggled with self-control. You know, we all like to think we're in control and we have willpower and all of these things, but when I really truly analyze a lot of my lifestyle, I didn't have a lot of self-control. You know, if I wanted something, I'll buy it. If I wanted something to eat, I'll cook it, or I'll go out to eat. You know, if I felt like having a drink, I have a drink. You know, no discipline. A lot of, unconscious decisions to be unhealthy, honestly. When I know, like, when you know what you know, like, I've cured myself from endometriosis, so, like, I know about this food game, you know, I know about this toxic game out here, I know about controlling the masses and, all of these things I won't go deep into, but, like, knowing what you know, you can't move, you can't operate like that. You can't operate like everybody else. You have to operate and move accordingly based off of what you know and apply the knowledge. And so that's something that I was truly lacking to a certain degree. I have the knowledge, I apply it in certain areas of my life, but as far as diet goes, I can honestly admit, like, I did not have no self-control. I try to be, eat to live and things of that nature. But when I say no self-control, like I said, like, if I had a craving for something outside of, me eating live foods or, vegan lifestyle or whatever, then I would do it. Even with, like, egg rolls, for example. I love egg rolls, whether they're vegetable egg rolls or meat egg rolls. Like, that's one of my weaknesses. I just love the texture of the wrap when it's fried perfectly. And I mean, I'm a pretty good egg roll maker myself. But all that oil and grease, it's not healthy. And I'm not speaking for everybody, I'm speaking for myself. My body does not process it well. And I would rather deal with sitting on the toilet, or just rubbing my stomach from it cramping or whatever, versus just saying, hey, I don't need that, find a different alternative. Also, because I have cured myself from endometriosis, I know that over time eating that way, it could come back. And I can also develop other diseases in the process. So it's like, you don't have no self-control. There's no self-discipline there. You're basically saying, I'm okay with being susceptible to dis-ease. I'm okay with putting any and everything in my body as long as it tastes good and that's what I want. That's ultimately what I was saying. So it feels good to say, okay, I met my 3-day. I stood firm in 3 days of cleansing, juice cleansing. And now I'm on the 4th day, which I didn't commit to, but I am committed to because that's how I feel. That's what was revealed to me by Spirit. Spirit revealed to me, you need to continue to release. You need to continue to release. You need to continue to release. And also showing me, this is what you're releasing. Look at what's coming out of you. Look at this mucus. You know, look at this mucoid plaque. I didn't see any mucoid plaque, but I'm pretty sure that I expelled some because I have seen mucoid plaque in the past when I was really like, so, what was it, 2016? I think it was 2016 when I decided to go vegan for a year. And of course I had slip-ups, you know, in that year time. However, that was because my womb was dying pretty much. And, you know, it was life or death. Like I am going to have a daughter one day. I have 2 children, 2 boys. And, you know, I was not ready to have my womb extracted from my body because of this dis-ease. And so at that time in my life, I had to make a decision to choose to live. And I chose to live. And in me choosing to live, that required me changing who I was completely as a person. And it was not easy. It was definitely a time in my life where I felt isolated. I felt lonely. I was broken. Yeah, it seemed like it was not a good time for me, but when I really look back and reflect on it, it was an amazing time. I was just, I would say I was like in the midst of my awakening, so to speak. I had surrendered to just being me, you know. So yeah, so anyway, the point that I was making is that it's a choice, you know, and everybody's journey is different. You know, what might work for me might not work for you, but this is what truly works for me every single time. Every single time. This is my foundation. My foundation is I know that I can change everything around me and within me by simply what I choose to consume, what I choose to put into my body, what I choose to feed my temple, what I choose to feed my mind, body, and spirit collectively, you know. And so I'm very grateful to be in the space that I'm in now, as far as mentally being in this specific environment. Like, let me just show you guys, let me just show you what I'm looking at right now. This is my view, like literally, just so you know. Like, this is my view. I mean, I can zoom in on the ocean. You know, you hear it, you hear the sounds of the birds chirping, you know. You can see the beautiful plants and, you know, trees, and this whole, just my whole environment is very imperative to to my growth, to my journey, you know, as I continue to go deeper, as I continue to focus on me, as I continue to educate myself and nourish my children in love and joy and gratitude, you know. I'm just excited. I'm so excited, but at the same time, I'm so patient. I don't think I've had this much patience ever in life. And it feels good, and sometimes it is, you know, it's not all peaches and cream, don't get it twisted now, but for the most part, this being in this specific energy reminds me to stay in the breath, you know, just take a breath, be at ease. You know, sometimes I get a little worked up, get anxiety, you know, and I want to pull a card. I want to call my spiritual advisors and, can you do a reading? You know, I got one question, pull one card for me. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like sometimes we just need to let it be. Just be in flow. Like, we don't need to know everything. Just be in flow and just give thanks and praise and just breathe and just let whatever is gonna be. And that's that.